My God. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Audi, Audi. After last podcast, he forgot to get up. Yeah, he forgot to get up out of his chair, and he's been there ever since. Yes. Oh yeah, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Yes. So yeah, basically, my video just got destroyed. I got pixelated, and I'm back. Well, this is off to a good
Yes,
start,
you should be able to
guess.
hear me now. I will
Okay,
repeat. Hello, hello, hello. Audi is dead.
Hello. Audi is dead. Yes, as you can see. Uh, that's not Audi in the chat. That's probably his mom or something.
Yeah, that's not Audi. That's like some random guy. Because how can Audi be in chat if he's dead? Yes, I'm sorry if you weren't able to hear me. You should be able to hear me now. Yeah. Audi is feeling a little under the weather, and he decided to not show up today while Sid and I are going to talk about stuff. And we are mainly going to talk about Homunculus.
Homunculus.
It's
yes.
not the Full Metal Alchemist Homunculus. That's not what we're talking about. We're going to be
I'm
talking.
turning into Homunculus on video as we speak.
Oh, just a second. Your video seems fine on my OBS. Damn it, now everyone knows we use OBS to stream. Sorry guys, feeling real sick. See you next time.
Right?
Adi, I just said you were a little under the weather. You don't have to tell chat you were like dying inside. Well, he is, but you don't have to tell chat that. Anyway.
So he could make it to chat, but he couldn't come here.
Yeah. He said his eyes were burning, and then he's looking at a screen anyway.
I know, right?
This is how you take care of yourself, guys. You do the thing you're going to do anyway.
Take care of yourself. Yes.
And that mod says today, Audi is not. Yeah, olden days.
Weeb101.
The good old days where we used to
we used to talk about shit.
Talk about random shit, yes. Wow, our chat is like terrible on you. I'm just going to ignore these two haters on chat.
Yeah, let's ignore them. But anyways, Brew, how's it going? How's it been?
It is going. It's going. It's definitely going. At some point, I've lost control, but it's going.
Had some net issues yesterday, so we couldn't.
Oh yeah, okay. That was very stupid of me. I messed up basically. I didn't realize it, and my net was just dead, and I didn't know how to fix it at that point. It's all cool now, but unfortunately, that gave I don't know, whatever illness Audi has enough time to manifest itself. Sid, you haven't been feeling too hot either, have you?
Yes, I've been dead.
Yes. Basically, and
hopefully I can make it through this podcast.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be the dying one, but somehow these two are dying faster than me. So it's quite an achievement.
I guess Kargar gives you like special immunity.
Hey, you don't need to reveal my location to everybody who's watching.
Hey, I didn't say you live in Kargar.
Yeah. Yeah. What an attempt to save face. Let's get started with our first topic. Okay.
Hey, no one will find you there. It's a fucking desert. It's like looking for people in the Sahara.
We have this. What is this?
Big if true.
Oh, big if true. Yes. We will be talking about some anime news before we go on. And our anime news is...
So Shonen Jump has launched 3 new manga series.
Whoa.
Okay. Yes.
Wait, that just looks like Itadori over there. Like, are you tricking me? It's not a new series. It's just been there forever.
Yeah. And the first one is Ashaimon. Okay.
I'm assuming this...
Kaku.
Is it this weird one-eyed thing over here?
No, Ashaimon is the girl with the 2 cones and the guy with bandages.
Like these two are from the same manga. Okay.
So, it's an underside of society battle.
Sorry, what?
It's an underside of society battle manga.
What does that mean? Like, the general public don't know that they are there?
I guess they're talking about the underground, because I did like the description there was one line. So it's Maruo, a boy starved for battle, meets Urara, a girl trying to escape from underground thugs.
Oh, okay.
That's the plot that we know.
Okay.
So it's like normal shonen, like what we're used to based on that one line, right?
Yes, yeah.
And it'll start with a mysterious meteor shower that appears on a long autumn night.
I've heard this somewhere before.
And Kaku, Yuji Kaku, is known for another manga which a lot of people know, Jigo Hell's Paradise, right? And it's another really popular manga. I guess this is next one after that. So Hell's Paradise fans can check this out. We haven't read Hell's Paradise.
Yeah.
But let's see. Maybe we'll check it out if you guys let us know if you guys think it's cool.
And okay, what's the weird alien-looking thing? I really want to know.
Yeah. So 1 second, checking the. Okay. So the next one is. So the next manga is a gag manga by Daiki Ihara called Mamore.
Is the alien thing Mamore?
I think so. I'm not sure.
This looks like some Doraemon shit that we're never going to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. Mamore is a school activities gag manga that will center on a strange bodyguard, is what we know.
Oh, yeah, that sounds very Doraemon-like.
And dude, so Daiki Ihara, right? I found something. So he's an artist of a One Piece gag spin-off manga.
Oh.
Called Koisuru One Piece. It's like Love One Piece, I guess. And it's like, I saw some images, it's like different, like these gag, like his character style, like on like Going Merry, if I'm not wrong.
I see. Oh, also once I said, I'm assuming that's LD Gamer 1010 3 minutes ago asked, what's your favorite book excluding manga? I would say the Percy Jackson series because I stopped liking Harry Potter after that point.
Herman Hesse.
Well, that works as well, yes.
Yeah.
Siddhartha by Herman Hesse, yes, that is a very good.
Siddhartha. And if you say we're generic, then I guess George Orwell would count, right?
Yes, of course. But yeah, unfortunately for myself and a lot of other people in this world, our attention spans have become too shit to read a book fully. So if anyone else is struggling to read a book, I can feel you. Anyway.
Dude, it's hard. It's hard. I bought like this Slaughterhouse 5, that book I told you about.
Yeah.
I bought it like 6 months ago. I still haven't finished it. It's becoming really difficult to keep your attention and read books nowadays, right?
Definitely for me. Also, Nandemo Taku asked, Taku CPO, no. CP0, and love One Piece like high school One Piece from Radwimps. What? No, it's what is it, love? Is that the one you said?
The Koisuru One Piece. No, it's just gag spin-off with like different characters. I think from what I saw. I don't know about it. Yeah. But you can check it out if you let us know how it is. And the third manga is Kagen Osu's Dororon. It's pictured at the bottom right. Now this one does seem interesting to me, and I think even Audi will find it interesting.
Yes, Audi, what do you think, Mr. Deadman? Sorry, go on.
Magazine teases the manga will center on defeating evil supernatural yokai creatures.
Oh my god, you both are going to love the shit out of this, yes.
Yeah, come on, dude, it's yokai. By the way,
I'll just refresh your video real quick and see if that fixes things. And I will talk in the meanwhile. Okay, so basically any story with yokai, Audi and Sid just like, they just like, exclude me and they both sit together and talk about it all day long, okay? They have these yokai conversations where Brew is not invited. Just like I'm in school all over again, but I'm not invited.
Brew is not interested.
And Brew is left out of everything. Story of my life. Will one of you guys in chat accept me as a friend? Because clearly I have none. Okay, I'm kidding. Sid is back, so you can continue talking about
this thing. So these are the 3 mangas based on like one-line descriptions that we have. Are you interested in anything? Are you going to read anything? What catches your eye?
You know what? The girl's weird ass hairstyle catches my eye. It looks like her head has been like partially mummified or something.
It looks like she put 2 cones and then wrapped her hair around it, right?
Or like it just looks like a mummy. It looks like she's wrapped bandages around in a conical shape. You know what? On Telegram, I actually have a sticker pack that looks like this. You know that fox, I think, or jackal, which is all like a
I know
mummy.
the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, the ears. Yeah.
Like it's weird ears. And I see the next picture is also of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the one that.
Where is this picture from?
Ayashimon. This is the cover, I think, of Ayashimon, the manga.
I see.
And I think this was the biggest one among the 3 that were released,
Yeah.
Just starting on November 15th. So this is the main series, I guess. I don't know. Do you think it'll be based on what you know, action, shonen, underground, meteor shower, strange mummy character, guy with bandages? Do you think it'll be the next big thing?
It's very possible, seeing how the current big things are not things I would have considered to be big things.
That is true. Yeah, so
when your video died
we'll
again.
check it out.
Yeah, I'll refresh you again. Yeah, so I'll definitely check it out. As with everything else, I'm going to check it out. I'm just not sure how much of it I'll read or how much of it I'll watch. Also, Random Otaku says Radwimps is basically, I think, a band. They were a part of a Cup Noodles commercial, and there was a lot of One Piece references and characters there. And Random Otaku, after that, Control in Case just says no. And Random Otaku says, by the way, remove the tongue from Audie's paint. Photoshop will get stuck in my head and I won't be able to sleep. No, you have to dream about Audie's tongue right now. That's the aim of the whole thing.
That's
and
just weird.
Radwimps
Imagine dreaming about Audie's tongue.
And Radwimps is a band. Yes, they made the music for
band,
Your
yes.
Name and Pinky no
Pinky
Ko.
no Ko.
So I don't know about the Cup Noodles commercial, but they are a band, yes.
Hey, they did a One Piece thing. You remember the One Piece X Radwimps?
Yeah, but there was Cup Noodles
also.
in that.
No, I didn't see Cup Noodles, but yeah, I saw the One Piece X Radwimps thing.
Yeah, and also Random Otaku, if you are feeling certain emotions with Audie's tongue, I suggest you take a look at your life so far and not do that. Anyway, what's this said? What's the armband? Why does this look like some anime version of some Nazi or something?
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, let me tell you. Let's talk about this. So last Sunday, I think.
One sec. Your video died on at the other stream as well. I'm just refreshing it, and then now you can go.
Yeah. So last Sunday, I think they started selling the alien armbands from Attack on Titan. They started pre-orders.
Oh, okay.
And they halted it and basically canceled all the sales and the merch and everything, because apparently it evokes images of discrimination. It reminds people of it's discriminatory because of the yellow badge, the Jewish badge that the Jews had to wear. So it basically, it's something the aliens had to wear, so that they aren't part of the Marlian population, to discriminate them.
Yeah.
So that's why they were recalled as merch, because they didn't want to represent that.
I see. So basically, it is actual Nazis. It makes sense.
Yes.
I'm not sure what exactly to say. There are a lot of people who talked about how Isayama was sympathetic towards the Nazis, basically, and towards Germany and Japan during those periods, let's just say, and how he showed a lot of sympathy for such regimes by making it. Yeah, because he made he kind of made it look like, oh, see, these guys were wrong, but it was just because of the way they were raised. It was just because of the surroundings and their environment. No, he didn't say that. He was showing through the story that both sides have someone who's at fault and someone who's innocent. Blah blah blah. So basically, a lot of people felt like the Attack on Titan manga became very politically incorrect, I guess, or very offensive to certain people.
Do you think the story have to be political? What he is in the story is different from the real world, right? Do you think him showing that in the story actually reflected what he thinks about the Nazis?
So the problem,
or it was just a story.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We have this conversation with what's that freaking manga's name? Fire Punch. Yeah. if you need to, if people have to question whether you actually believe in something, does that mean you've written a good story or a bad one? Because for me, a good story will show its intentions through at the end. And he himself said that he bit off more than he could chew, and he couldn't write the story to the full extent that it wanted. Like I'm not saying that these people who are claiming that he's a Holocaust apologist or something is they're right or they're not right. I genuinely don't think people should be looking into Attack on Titan that much. Definitely not that much.
Exactly. I think it's just leave it at like it's a story and it's done. Like
but
bring it into the real world. Yeah.
But at the same time, he was very, very open about the genocide that was going on in the both worlds, right? Like he was literally making points towards genocide, and in the end, he said the guy who was committing genocide did it for his friends, so that's okay. So I'm not sure I agree with.
He agreed also that he fucked up over there.
Yeah, he agreed he fucked up, but then he's like, okay, so I mean, how is it hard to just think and be like, okay, I am going to say that this mass murderer is innocent? Is that a bad idea? Yes, it's a bad idea. You're not supposed to be saying that out loud. You're not supposed to say genocide is okay as long as something came out of it. That's just like a fucked way of looking at the world.
Yeah, but what if you're saying that about a fictional character? Like, it doesn't have to relate to Hitler, right?
I mean, when you have someone who is intentionally destroying the world to save his own people and taking over and letting his people go all around the world, basically. I don't know, man. Like, I don't really understand why it became all about genocide after a certain point, but...
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to play that way. I'm like trying to understand, like,
Listen, I thought it was going to be a cool show about giant titans fighting giant titans or humans fighting giant titans.
Yes.
And then it's just... Nandemo Theme says, here's a thought. It's a fictional story that is connected to real world history, so it can happen. Yeah, but I mean,
it's not connected.
You're taking inspiration from regimes like that. I'm sure, but I don't like. I just think he messed it up big time. And if people came to the conclusion that he was in support of genocide, I think you pretty much fucked up your story over there. If nobody can,
no, but I think that's also. Like, you can't assume things based on what people write for their stories, right?
Yeah, but if you look at villains over in other places, right? Like if you see Avatar, especially if you see Avatar, The Last Airbender, Ozai literally wanted to kill everybody and rule. But you don't even sit and think and be like, I think the creators of Avatar are saying they support genocide. No, they're like, okay, this dude is shit. He's killing people. That's bad. Genocide from anybody's side is bad.
When I'm experiencing a story, right, I'm not thinking about what the creator, like what agenda he's trying to push or what he believes, and I'm just like, this is a story, these are the events that happen, and it's done. I experienced out of it, done, move on with life.
Yeah, but when it becomes your favorite series and people are like hanging on to every word of Isayama's, I feel like I'm not surprised that this happened, to be very honest, because legit when I saw this, I was like, this looks like a Nazi photo.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious, like why they, the reference is clear because that's why they stopped sales,
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason they did that, because it is affecting the real world.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't want people walking around, wearing these because of what it implies.
Yeah. Control NK says, don't mix IRL and manga, please. No, it's not about even mixing it because you are taking inspiration from something. Okay. I mean, unless you thought of genociding the entire world unique to yourself, you have taken inspiration from something. So, and if you didn't take inspiration, that's like really messed up.
Dictators who tried to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so, Bruce, what do you think of other symbols like that, like people may use? Like we were talking about, for example, Johan. Like you think it's inappropriate too, right? Like using Johan as much.
Yeah, Johan is a fucked up person. Johan is terrible. Yeah. We joke about us having Johan as a mascot, but Johan is a fucking terrible person. As a character, he's like pure evil. That's literally what it's supposed to be. He can't control killing people. He just wants to kill people. That's not a good thing.
Yes.
I'm not saying Weeb101 wants to kill people. No. It's a meme. The inside meme. That's it. And
and again, if people see it as also not a meme, like, they're the ones who need to fix their shit, not us, because we are very obvious about what we're doing.
Of course. I mean, again, I don't think anyone's going to see one of our videos and be like, these guys really want the murderer to be their face. Like, no, nobody's going to think that. We're all clearly just memeing. But if they did, if we did such a bad job that everyone was like, these guys want a murderer to be their mascot, in that case, I think we fucked up. And Ellie Gamer 1010 asks, you guys students? No, we're all actually working right now. Well, I'm not, but the other two are working, yes. One sec, we have a couple of more comments. Random Otaku is saying these Twitter people, they say they are dream gender. And see, there are a few things that at least this might.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into depth because I don't feel like this argument is worth it. But if somebody says they are something, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to call them whatever they want.
Yes.
So even if they do,
if you say Twitter people, I'm out. I might stop listening.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who take it to another extreme where they create like completely new things unique only to them. If I meet such a person in life, I'm just going to call them whatever. I don't have the energy to sit there and argue about anything. I'm too old for that shit. And Control 9K says, people say a lot of things. You are lucky. Not a lot of people watch Weeb101. Otherwise, your video with Megu-chan could have been your last. Hey, that was clearly meme.
That's obviously a joke. Yeah, exactly. That, like this, him showing genocide on Attack on Titan isn't a joke.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people think, that it's not something he's serious about. Or it is something he's serious about, depending on which part of the story you're looking at. And Random Otaku says, yes, mass genocide is a meme. Yeah. Johan didn't mass genocide anybody. He just killed a couple of people here and there. He was just a serial killer. That's different.
What do you think about people using like the Akatsuki symbols as like merch? Because that's very popular. You had one, I had one.
What? I don't have anything. I'm not a meme. One sec. Random Otaku says, I'm going to be stubborn and argue with them and use logic to prove them wrong. See, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping anyone else. It's just easier to just respect people's whatever thoughts about themselves. Let them be who they are. You be who you are. That's it. You don't need to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, the Akatsuki is cool, okay?
Because it's a terrorist organization.
Yeah, they are a terrorist organization. I'm not saying they're not a terrorist organization, but they're cool terrorist organizations, if that makes sense.
It's fictional, so like we don't represent, like, so it doesn't matter. You don't get into the real life.
Let me be real here, okay? Okay, let's say, for example, the Akatsuki is a real terrorist organization. If I saw a guy flying up in the air and destroying the entire...
My video.
Where? Oh. Yeah. So if I just looked up here and I saw a dude floating in the middle of the air and he raised my entire city and I opened my eyes to see like just destruction everywhere, I'm going to be like, yo, you cool, dude. You're a terrorist. You fucked me over, but you're cool. That was like insanely impressive.
Oh my God.
If he destroys everything with one push, I'm going to be very impressed.
If you're alive towards the end.
Yeah. Like, God. Or if Conan comes in like a freaking literal angel, like, what are people going to think, I'm going to start believing in a God if that happens.
You'll be there after the blast, like, without your legs and an arm, being like, wow, amazing.
Yeah. Like, with my last breath, I'll be like, thumbs up. Good job, Nagata. You really did some cool shit over there.
Oh my God. That's amazing. But yeah, it's interesting that, that they stopped sale of these.
Yeah,
of like anime merch and anime stories. This also shows how popular anime is becoming, because before no one gave a fuck about this shit, right?
Okay, but see, here's the thing. Nobody has ever stopped selling Akatsuki stuff, right? Because they know that it's not possible for a fictional terrorist organization to make you want to take out tail beasts from people. So that's not really a cause of concern. Here it's literally like, I am enslaved and I will make sure that you guys suffer for enslaving me, which is a lot more relatable to a lot of different people around the world, including like Indians. So I guess I see why there's a stark difference between Attack on Titan. Even though they have Titans, it's just
See, I haven't read as far as into this, like the Eldians. I don't know about them.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to comment on this, but usually I think it's pretty dumb that people get influenced in real life by like fictional stories and it affects them like in such a way. Because for me, like I literally don't care, like whatever I watch, it doesn't influence me.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people it will influence.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but then like if people, you shouldn't like if people keep getting influenced, then we like content will become like pretty boring, right?
Not really.
Because you have to think it's like how Marvel does, like how Marvel is like trying to represent everyone, like all their movies, that they're not doing it for the story, they're just doing it
Your
for the
voice
sake of
died.
representation.
Sorry, what could you just repeat that?
Nowadays like movies are like they're making movies and shows for representation, not for the story. There are lots of examples of that, right? Like for example, like the Ghostbusters, right? They did
I thought you were talking about Marvel.
Ghostbusters. Marvel also like Ghostbusters. They did a version with like women. It's like that's cool. You can do your own version, but the movie was shit in the end.
Yeah, but
it was a shit film.
But there is another thing over there, because like we are going to be talking about it. I can see the photo right here. We are going to be talking about it in a while, but I think the logic is that you don't fuck with something that's already a classic. Like you could literally change the biggest complaint, be like, how people always say like if you're trying to force women and minorities into everything is the biggest argument the internet has. But I think even if you did put like only white men, people would still be like, this is shit. Because you're trying to recreate a feeling that is basically just nostalgia coming at you really hard. So recreating a series, I think, is the main mistake over there. But I think Marvel's been doing a pretty good job with representation across all categories of whatever people you want, right?
But Marvel is doing a good job at it, but I'm thinking because for me, like when I watch movies, right, like because we watch a lot of films, like the films we like Clockwork Orange and Space Odyssey and like Fear and Loathing, like all the films we love. Like personally, I don't look like I'm not talking about other people. I'm just talking about my personal this. I don't look to be like represented, right, in those like films. I don't look
but
for,
wait,
like,
here's the thing.
Food, right?
Here's the thing. Are you not looking for representation, or have you completely given up the thought itself of an Indian being represented on a world stage?
Like it doesn't matter to me, because for me, I just want a good story. In the end, I just want to experience a good story and a good film. I don't care about like if there's an Indian dude or there's an American dude or Asian dude. Like I don't care.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think the argument that most people have is that okay, you can have any person playing the main character, but then the question becomes, why aren't you putting in any person as the main character? So for a lot of people, I think even in India, a lot of people just have this thought, like they just expect to see what they've always seen in their lives, which is like straight people or white people or whatever you want, put it over there. So
I definitely understand why people want to see that, because like see, everyone is not in the same situation as me. Some people may feel worse, and some people may want to see something out there on the big screen being represented, and like it must be very personal to them, right? Like because everyone's situation is different.
No, not only that, but it's also like these like if you're a kid and you're looking at movies and stuff, then you're going to think that if you only see a certain type of person in every movie, you're going to be like, well, I guess I can never do that. But the whole point is that you can do it. It's just that people aren't doing it.
Yeah. And the thing is, see, I think it's more for like you see all these like
holy shit, hold on. Sid8410 just said hello. Is this you? Is this another Sid that we know? Who's this?
Yes, I am like typing while I don't know. Is it on Reddit?
Yes, from Reddit. Sid8410. Wow. Where are you from? Please let me know. I would really like to know. But thanks for joining in. Hello. Yeah, go on.
But yeah, like imagine like if you're like an immigrant, like in the West, right?
Yeah.
Over there, like if you grew up there, of course you're not seeing enough representation of yourself. But me growing up in India, like I see like Indians in movies since I was a kid, right?
Yeah, but you're like a fair Indian, so it works out better for you, okay? I've never seen dark Indians in movies. Okay, I have.
Of course you have. Yeah, you've grown up watching that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's different. Have you ever seen an Indian on like an international scale while growing up?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't care if an Indian is on an international scale or not. Like I just want to experience a good story.
Yeah, but that's the thing. For a lot of people, it's just like you feel worse about your entire culture or race because it's shown a certain way, right? Like again, the question you say that it can. I don't care who the person is, but overwhelmingly, it's all the stereotypical white straight person, as the internet so puts it.
Definitely, I get the yes, and you do feel you always usually any film we saw you do see like white people.
Yeah,
and I personally never thought that, oh, why is there a white person and not an Indian dude? But yeah, a lot of people do. And also, I also like there are ways you can do it naturally also without being like representation, like Miyazaki,
yeah,
like his films have strong like women leads like Nausicaa, Mononoke and stuff, and he's not doing it for representation. He's doing it naturally because that's a story he's building, right? Because he's
but I think you do have to take
he looks up to his mother and stuff, so you see that influence there.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like you do have to have a conscious decision to do it in the end. Like I can say for sure that subconsciously I expect every Indian actor to be like fair because that's what I've been used to for so long. Not because that's what I've been taught to expect. It's just that I find compared to the dark-skinned Indian actors alone, you see a lot more light-skinned ones. Like North India is just full of fairer people. Okay, if not white people, because that's incorrect, but fairer people than darker people. And I've grown up with the whole idea that the darker you are, the worse you are because of ads like our beautiful fair and lovely cream, which makes you feel like shit if you're a dark person.
Oh, dude, that shit still goes on. I'm like, what bullshit is it?
Yeah, it's absolute shit.
See, the thing is, also, I think people usually watch only Hollywood movies, right? Like the biggest industry, like that people watch.
Yeah.
But the thing is, since I was a kid, I've been watching movies of all countries. So I've associated movies from there with that location. Like I watch Japanese movies, you see Japanese stars. I watch like Mexican or Spanish movies, you see stars from there. And like Middle Eastern movies, I see stars from Middle East Indian. So I always associated that way, like the people from there are acting, the movies from there, the languages from there. So that's why I associated the movie, I never thought like, oh, like this Korean movie, why is it like there an Indian dude there?
Yeah, of course.
That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, but that's still. I mean, I think it's just mainly like if the lead can be a black man or an Asian man or an Indian man or can be a woman or can be a woman who's lesbian or so on, whatever. The only question people have is why not? Why are we not seeing more movies with these people? Because you could be like I can say for myself, even though India is not a great place for people from other countries to come to. There are a lot of people who come from. I know personally people from Africa who moved to India just to
a lot
have because they think it's a better place to live, according to them. So if I can see so many of the stereotypical black people walking around, and I'm pretty sure you can see a lot more in America. So the question is just why aren't they in more movies? Like there was a whole uproar about James Bond being black, right? Holy shit. That I remember that. Right? Yeah. And like Idris Elba is an actor everyone knows and respects and loves,
Yeah, and it would be cool if he was.
Yeah, but then everyone was like, no, James Bond has to be white.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care about who's acting, who's there. I just want a good story. Like you can show any kind of story you want, but it has to be a good story.
Yeah,
like it has to be an enjoyable experience.
Yeah,
because there are people who are using representation to make shit content also.
Right? Yeah, but you're going to have people who try to take advantage of things like both sides, I feel. Because you're going to have someone who's like, okay, this is an easy money grab. Let's just pander to what people are shouting about.
Yeah.
But there are people, like there are creators who are genuinely putting in like great work despite having tough upbringings or despite having to face a lot of racism or sexism. And like for Christ's sake, we've had so many people on Reddit tell us random shit about tech support.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that is very
support
common.
Indian content creators, God damn it, what are you guys doing?
Dude, I know a lot of people talk about like the Appu, the guy from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And I never understand because I've never seen Simpsons in my life.
Oh
so
no, that was like a very stereotypical Indian character. But see, the thing is, as an Indian, you're used to it. Have you ever seen a character who's not been stereotypically Indian in any comedy show? I've never seen that.
But when I see the Indian accent, it makes me laugh too.
Yeah.
You're like that exaggeration.
Yeah.
Like it's funny for me too.
Like even when Key and Peele did in ERB, or the Mahatma Gandhi versus Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
He had such a weird Indian accent. It's just weird.
But I liked it.
Yeah, but that's not how we speak, right? Is it? I don't know. Am I speaking like a stereotypical Indian right now? I wonder.
You see, we probably are. Like everyone has an accent, right? But then again, like comedy, like I don't get offended over comedy. You know, it's just to make people laugh and have fun. So like I'm cool with like that was funny, so I didn't get offended by it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think we are like not. We've been very what do I say? Desensitized to everything, basically. Yeah. And like we too, as individuals, not as Indians or as men or anything. Like as individuals, we've grown up and we've become desensitized to a lot of different things that we don't really let anything affect us anymore, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. It's very difficult to offend us, and at the same time, we're not denying anyone else's feelings. We're just talking about ourselves here.
Yeah, but that's also like, I was talking to Audie about this, about the Dave Chappelle special, which he got a lot of hate for because he was being transphobic.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, so even that, I'm like completely like, on one hand, I think he should be, you know, helping those who are being marginalized right now, and on the other hand, I'm like, it doesn't it doesn't affect me, but like it still sucks to be someone who gets hurt by something like that, because you have so much hate around anyway. Control in cases you've been stuck on the same pic for 35 minutes, please move on. Hey, it's been 38 minutes since we started, and this is the third picture, so we've been stuck for lesser than that. But okay, we can move on to our next image, which is Cowboy Bebop, the live action, the Netflix live action.
My video is just fucked again.
Oh my god, what? I don't know. My net is fine. Is your net going a little slow? I'll just refresh you one more time. I'm not sure. Wait, he can't hear you. Yeah, he says we aren't talking about politics, and I agree. We aren't talking about politics. We're literally just talking about how you should be respectful of different people.
Yeah, there is no
according
politics
to
here.
what
You can like take any serious conversation and put the politics stamp on it.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
We are literally just wait. What the? But mod comes and says, "No, it's your net." How do you know it's my net? What? Yeah, it's not politics. We're not trying to. I'm even sad that it's considered politics to talk about this.
It doesn't make any sense.
We're literally just discussing the daily lives of different people around the world. I don't know how it's politics, unless you're following UK politics, in which case it's okay. And Wizard on Red says, "Did you watch Veer Das at the Kennedy Center?" No, actually I did. I'm not a fan of Veer Das.
I've never seen Veer Das. I don't even know.
I've seen Veer Das. I've seen a few Indian comics, and I'm genuinely not a fan of their comedy. Especially what is it? Armad says Veer Das is also controversial. His two Indias. What? I have no idea. But I'm not a fan of Veer Das in general. I avoid his work now. I don't watch it regularly. Okay. Even Tanmay Bhatt and all that, I've never really been a fan of these people as comedians. Dude, Tanmay Bhatt, don't you remember the All India Bakchod, that the AIB channel?
Oh yeah, it was an old, yes.
Yeah, I like
Damn, it's been years since I heard that name. Holy
shit. And he got sucked into a lot of different things also. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Indian comedians, because a lot of them just like, it's pretty clear that they're bad and they're just trying to wing it until they go on.
I have no clue. I've never gotten into the Indian comedy scene.
Yeah, I've met a lot of upcoming Indian comedians as well, so to speak.
You're talking about Bob?
No, I went with Bob to a lot of different places to listen to stand-up comedy, right? So there were a lot of people I watched, and not a lot of them are good. Very few of them are good.
But it's good that it's starting out, right? And it may get to that point.
Yeah,
At
it's
least
good
we
that
have
it's starting
that
out.
scene. Yeah. So that's
But
good.
I feel like all the wrong people are getting too much attention. Hey,
See,
you know
again,
what?
like,
Mari Moss is still in chat here, so he might as well join the freaking podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? No, the thing I wanted to say about also like the way, specifically the way I grew up, right, in India is different to a lot of Indians grew up. Like, because I didn't grow up speaking Hindi, I didn't know Hindi when I was a kid, so I always had that disconnect.
Yeah, same.
With people who used to speak in school and stuff also, I didn't feel like I would relate to them. And a lot of jokes also, like when like Hindi, like I get like some of the gouty
Yes,
like
of
Mumbai
course.
ones, but a lot of jokes in Hindi don't hit as much as like the English jokes hit.
They definitely don't. Yeah.
With English, right?
In fact,
yeah.
I watched a
So
Tamilian
that's the reason, right?
do stand up, and I enjoyed that a lot more than North Indian comedy because I could at least relate to the humor a bit. So maybe that's why people, maybe we're foreigners. That's all. Also, Control 9K is like Homonculus discussion next week. Okay, see, Control 9K, there are going to be topics you don't really like listening to, I guess. I don't know why it's politics for you, but you can always log out and come back in to see if we're done with it, if you don't want to listen to it. But there are a few things that people just have to talk about sometimes. And Wizard on Reddit just says, just saw him headlines on Reddit over controversy. Oh, I genuinely do not, Armand also is telling us that on YouTube, but I genuinely do not know what the controversy is. I'm just not a fan of the guy in general, if that helps. And
yes,
Armand is telling Audie to mute his nose and John.
Mute his nose. Yeah. I don't know how he does that.
Anyway, Cowboy Bebop said, what did you want to talk about over here? Is this just the reviews we were reading? Yeah,
so the initial reviews are out, right? And people aren't a fan. Like, I'm still gonna watch it, I think, and like check it out. Okay, I'm just gonna refresh your video, so I'll talk for a couple of minutes until you're back. But yeah, okay. Overwhelmingly, people do not like the new Cowboy Bebop. There have been a few reviews coming in, mostly negative about the whole series, with a lot of different points put out for it. And we are going to watch it and then make our opinion. But a few things that I am scared of is already happening. Karan says, yeah, sorry about that. Nah, it's okay. I'm not blaming you or anything. I'm just saying there are a few topics that we would like to talk about without. Like it, you don't need to sit and listen.
Yeah, we're not forcing you to listen to Dicky. Yeah, you should listen to what you want to listen to, of course. But we're not being political or anything. For us, it's just talking about people. But yeah, so a few people have said a couple of good things. A few people have said a couple of bad things, and I'm a little scared. So you have IGN that says it succeeds to a large extent, except when the storyline falls flat here and there. And Comic Book Movie says it's an absolute blast to spend time with. And the Rolling Stone, it says that Cowboy Bebop goes sprinting off a cliff, refusing to look down at the void and keeps moving forward. And I appreciate the good comments on Cowboy Bebop, of course. Sorry, just one sec. And Wizard again says, sounds like people from India were offended. I didn't understand much of Indian comedians though. I'm so disconnected from the local community news, local celebrity news. Community knows I'm like in touch with, but celebrity news just
no clue.
Not. Yeah, there are a few things I don't agree with in the Indian movie industry or entertainment industry in general, and I try to avoid it as much as possible. Yeah, legit. Like we don't know anything about like the Indian celebrity culture and what's going on, and we're like blank, like zero. Yeah, like we're like pseudo Indians when it comes to this shit. Indeed. Like, we have no fucking clue. We're totally out of that world. Yeah. Okay, Nandemo Theme says OP review when Audi is there, but we are going to talk about OP next topic. And CBR is trash. CBR is trash depending on what you read or what you consider trash. I think CBR does put out some good articles here and there. But yeah. Depends on what you agree or disagree with. That's true. Yes. But yeah, the people who said that it isn't good are claiming that Cowboy Bebop is leaning too heavily on the anime and the nostalgia and just plastering the music and hoping it'll work. Oh, so they're expecting people to come from the anime. Yeah, they come like with fresh eyes. They're saying the live action entirely relies on the anime and the music. And a few people have said that the music just being slapped on you can't just say that, okay, I'm going to put real people instead of animated characters, put on the same music and the same action, and we're done. It has to be elevated, which I agree with. You can't just replace it and call it a new series, right?
Yeah, no, I think it reminds me of like the live action Disney, which I wasn't like, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, you're not a fan of. Yeah, of course. Compared to the original, I think
they're trying to pull that nostalgia.
Yeah, they definitely are. But I will say I enjoyed the shit out of Lion King.
No, I did not like that.
The expressions were a little.
Very.
Yeah, but aside from that, it still looked really good. Like they definitely showed what is achievable through technology of today.
Yeah, but would you like it if you hadn't seen the original Lion King?
I would still like it. Lion King, it still hits
because
the same feels.
It's one of your favorite films, so that was a huge factor in you liking the live action, I think.
Well, yeah, it's okay. You're fair. You raise a fair point. Like Lion King was. I genuinely just liked it because of all the models and all the animations that ended up looking really good for me at that time. At least I don't know if it's any different now, but okay, maybe it was nostalgia. I don't agree with Disney's logic. I don't think you should be putting out new movies, just the same old movie, but then remastered in some way or the other.
Like
and then
Bollywood is doing, dude. They're just like recycling.
Yeah, Disney's recycling for live actions for sure. But was it Jungle Book? I think I like Jungle Book as well, but I don't know if I
did like the Jon Favreau Jungle Book, not the Disney Jungle.
Oh yeah, the Jon Favreau Jungle Book. Yes, that was fucking good. Yes.
Yes, you did enjoy that. We saw it in the theater, right?
Yeah, that movie was good. Yeah. Random Utako says CBR does put out some good articles. Sometimes he quotes me and says Goku could defeat Levi Ackerman, but sometimes he might have to go Super Saiyan Blue. But he might have to go at least Super Saiyan Blue. Yeah, see, but I avoid those kind of articles. I literally don't read those articles.
Click on that shit.
Yeah,
I didn't even know there are articles with that name.
They do report on news though. So.
Yeah, it's like any platform, there's trash and there's good stuff, but whatever.
If the Netflix live action is a little too dependent on the anime and it's only it's like a complete reboot but follows the exact same thing, I don't know how much I'm gonna like it. Like if that's what you want, if that's what I wanted to see, I would just go watch the original Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, for sure.
And one of the people said something similar, I believe. One of the reviewers said that if I'm just going to watch the same thing, why can't I just scroll over 2 more entries and click on the original Cowboy Bebop? Which makes sense. There is no reason for me to watch the live action unless I have some bias against animation, I would say. Which a lot of people have.
The idea of making a live action of something like Cowboy Bebop is obviously like a money grab, right? Like there's no reason you would do that. It doesn't need to be there, but I'd still give it a chance and check it out.
Yeah, give it a chance. But again, I think you can put out new ideas with the whole thing. That's what okay.
That would be great.
So the problem,
like, not the same shit, but yeah.
So the problem is that there are a lot of people, like even my sister's like this. She does not watch animated stuff. She thinks it's for kids. So for people like those, this might be a good way to pull them into the anime world. But I still think it should be original. They've never seen the original. How are they going to know it's that bad?
Like, Death Note. Let's watch it.
Oh, okay. We do not talk about the Death Note movie. Holy shit.
Remember our sketch on this topic.
Oh my god. Yeah, please don't talk about the Death Note movie.
But yes.
But yeah, I mean, I still think it should be original so that the people who might want to check out the anime will be like, oh, their new story is fine. I'll watch this kid shit and then be like, holy shit, it's not kid stuff at all.
Yeah.
But I generally just don't want it to be a copy paste of everything.
No, there are ways to do it. Like I think there are good live action films also, that a lot of people don't like, but I do like. I like the Ghost in the Shell one.
Oh yeah.
I like Attila. The Detective Pikachu one. Like,
Detective Pikachu was good.
For people who don't know Pokemon.
Although some Pokemon were like really fucked. Some of them were really, really fucked. Okay, so but that movie, they got the guy who was on Reddit who was making realistic Pokemon models. I remember when the movie came out, the people were talking about it on Reddit. So they actually did a good job there because they got someone who's used to these things.
Damn.
So if I don't know the actors and actresses in Cowboy Bebop. Like I haven't seen their work from before. I only know them from the Cowboy Bebop news.
John Cho,
but
like Harold and Kumar.
I don't even remember him, to be very honest. I genuinely do not remember that movie at all. And like I just want to like this. I want this to be a really good thing, but seeing how reviewers are like pinpointing the exact things I was scared of, I'm a little apprehensive.
Yeah, like I'm not sure about it, but yeah, let's see. I'll go in blind without.
You're not going to watch anything at all?
No.
Nothing. Why? At least watch a bit of it.
Can I watch?
Watch like all the trailers and all.
Go in blind.
Fine.
I'll watch the whole show. Let's see.
It's coming out tomorrow anyway. Yeah. And then we have One Piece news.
Speaking of live actions.
Yeah, speaking of live actions. This one I'm excited for. This one I'm legit.
Yeah.
Oh, and Wizard says lots of live actions feel like they just took away the anime and tried to act it out in the same way. We end up with actors awkwardly trying to act out anime quirks. Yes. I'm sorry I missed your comment. You put it 3 minutes ago, but I agree. Like it's just so sad that a lot of people do that. It should be something new and exciting. But this One Piece live action, I'm actually excited about because Emily Rudd as Nami. If you saw the video where they announced it. Exactly Nami. My noise cancellation probably cut out my tapping on the table, but she looks exactly like a Nami would in real life. Even the dude who plays Luffy is very similar.
He looks kind of Luffy-ish, yes, if I look at him, yeah.
Yeah, and okay, so the Zoro guy, great. Again, I don't know any of these people. Okay, look at Usopp. Usopp is like, again, okay, Usopp looks more like Yasop, his father. But it's still a really good cast, I think. Okay, the only one, Sanji looked a little weird. Like I thought he would have longer hair, but it looks cool.
No, but maybe in like costume and with makeup, he'll actually look like Sanji.
Yeah, of course. This is like, dude, do you know on the announcement video, each of them were shooting through their selfie cams and they were wearing a t-shirt which was designed by Oda.
Yes, that was very cool. I wanted to have that.
Oh my god, yeah, that was beautiful.
I need one of those shirts. Yes.
Armand says the dude who's playing Sanji looks like Eminem. I think Eminem. I don't know what the fuck he said over there. I'm assuming that's Eminem because it said Eminem. Okay. Yes. And Nami, she looks a lot like Nami. The Zoro guy is the son of a legendary Japanese-style swordsman actor. Oh, that's so cool. Well, that makes it even better then. Sanji is NL foreshadowing. Yes. Sanji is actually NL. Yes. But okay, so I actually thought Emily Rudd was like the daughter of Paul Rudd or something, and turns out she's not. They just share this. They just happen to share the last name. Similar. And the article I read about it called me out personally because it started off saying when someone sees a similar name for actors, they always assume their family. I was like, you freaking got me. Fuck it, you got me right there.
Yeah, they did get you. We don't see Rob here, right?
Yeah, we don't. They didn't show Robin in the video also. Or Brooke or Frankie.
So maybe it's before that, right? Before they come across those guys. Or Chopper.
Or Chopper, yeah. I was just going to say, or Chopper. I think this is just going to be, maybe they're going to have multiple seasons because if I remember correctly, it's going to be episodes, right?
Oh, is it? Oh.
I believe it's going to be episodes. I don't think it's a live action movie. It's a live action series.
Like I think I saw a picture of the script, right?
Yeah. So also the dude who's playing Luffy has a lot of energy. If you look at the video where he's talking, he has a lot of energy. He has a lot of that jumpiness and that's like that, that he just lights up with life. It's very nice to see. And the thing is, I thought the One Piece subreddit might be against this because live actions are not generally well accepted by the anime community. But everyone was in awe of these characters, mostly Nami, and I completely agree. Like Emily Rudd looks like a perfect character to play Nami.
Yeah, and also Oda is like backing this.
Yeah, of course he is. And Randa Watako says Usopp looks pretty accurate, and the video seems kind of like Usopp. Yeah, Usopp also has jumpiness. Yeah, that's true. Even he is very active. But then for some reason, I felt like the guy playing Luffy, his was like perfect. When the Usopp guy, I felt more was like he was trying to be a little more casual while he was being serious at the same time.
Yeah.
And the Luffy guy was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna become Pirate King!" Woo! He played it really well.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, let's see. When is it releasing? Do you know?
I have
Or it's
no
gonna be
idea.
next year?
Yeah,
No idea.
I only
I don't
hope.
know.
See, the thing is, I don't know what kind of story is going to happen, but here I know that Oda is going to step in and he's going to be like, "Yeah, bitches, here's what we do. I'm telling you the story. You do that story. You don't get to do whatever the fuck you want. If I approve of it, I approve. If I don't approve, fuck you."
Yeah. So
Nandemo Theme's Luffy
One
was also
Piece.
pretty excited. Yeah, he was really excited. I loved it.
So One Piece Weeb101 is excited.
Yup, Weeb101 is definitely excited. And now we go into. I can't get this right in the center. Okay, there you go. That's the best I can do.
Yes. So I'm going to introduce you guys to a movie, and for those who have seen it, you know how beautiful the movie is.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about Kaiju no Kodomo, Children of the Sea. It's a film directed by Ayumu Watanabe, that's known for Space Brothers, right, bro?
Yes. Of course.
It's a Studio 4 film, and I obviously love Studio 4 films, so I did check this out.
Yeah.
And it was fucking amazing. I think it's the best film I saw that year, in 2019. And like a lot of films nowadays are a mixture of like 2D and 3D. Like that's become pretty common, right?
Yeah.
Because creators nowadays are basically using whatever methods they can. Like, you know, if this is the best way I can show this aspect, I use it. If this is the best way, like whatever software you have to use, you know, like
yeah, and everything's become more
right?
accessible now, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So studios are definitely branching out more than sticking to one style, right?
Yes.
We're seeing a lot of that nowadays because it's like easier to produce and faster and a lot of different factors, you know. And Children of the Sea is a beautiful film. It's about Ruka, a high school student, who like she gets into like an issue like, with her classmates, and just before summer vacation, and she doesn't have anyone to spend summer vacation with. And basically she goes to the aquarium that her dad works in. She has family problems with like her mom and stuff, and she meets two guys, Umi and Sora, which in Japanese means sky and the sea. Umi is sea and Sora is sky. And they're like feral children who were raised by dugongs.
What?
Yeah. So they basically need to stay in the water. Their skin dries because they've been in water all
Wait,
their life.
should I be scrolling down more for this because I don't know where?
No, you can keep scrolling as we show.
Okay.
And like there are lots of beautiful scenes like the one you're at right now, which is like her, like it's when she's really frustrated with what happens in class. She's running down like from her school, she's running down town, okay? And it's this 3D background that's moving. Like, you know, I can't play the video because copyright, but this 3D background that's been made and she's running like in 2D, you know, throughout the background. Like that's how they've mixed it. And the thing is, it's not even looped, like it's not even a looped run, because like you can see her tumbling and fumbling according and like breathing. You see it changing throughout the whole scene. And I think this is like a really mind-blowing scene in the movie that I really love. And even like the 3D models fit the style like really well. If you see like this heavily painted, but still like, you know, it attracts attention but doesn't distract from the character, right?
Yeah.
Because
it seems like she fits right into the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. And even the way the character is drawn, right? It's like a very like pencil like drawn style. Like it is based on a manga, by the way.
Okay.
And yeah, it's based on a manga, and like it still imitates like the manga style, you know, of like the way the hair and the eyes are drawn. And if you see, there are lots of images of eyes, you know, because I think in this film, like the biggest thing is the eyes. Like if you see the character design, the eyes are like really big, and you can see a lot of reflections on them.
Yeah, you've spoken a lot about how eyes are really important for animation to express emotion.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think in this film they've done it beautifully for like all the characters. Like they've used eyes beautifully to tell stories. I think that's something that is an important aspect of this film, the eyes of the characters. Because based on their mood, based on what they're looking at, what's reflecting. If you see Ruka, her eyes are always changing color, based on how she feels, what she's looking at, her surroundings.
Wait, one second, your voice died. Could you just repeat that?
Yeah, so if you look at Ruka, right, her eyes are always changing color based on the environment, what she feels, if she's looking at the sea, it like sparkles. If she's like her house, it's like this dull brown. But if you see Umi and Sora, like especially Sora, like his eyes are blue all the time, no matter where he is, which gives an indication, like, where he's from, right? So I think they've done that like really beautifully. And even if you scroll down, bro, there's like this scene where they're running, like where she's cycling through the rain.
Whoa, that looks fancy.
That scene is beautiful. I can't imagine the amount of work it took, to animate that. It looks like insane. But this is a scene also that they've recreated perfectly from the manga. If I looked at the manga, they have the heavily stroked rain and her cycling through it. And I think they transitioned the stroked rain, like, the manga style beautifully in this scene. It's really amazing. And I don't want to talk about the story or spoil it. It's like a really beautiful experience. Like, I didn't know I was going to love this film so much. It just blew my mind when I watched it. I was just like, they're lost,
Wasn't this supposed to be our second animation series?
Yes. And I can still make it because there are lots of things about the animation that I cannot mention now, because spoilers. And I would like to play videos and like small, clips to show what I'm talking about.
Hey, one sec. Sorry, Sid. Resell G on Twitch says hello. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us. I'm pretty sure I ruined your name completely, but welcome. Where are you from? We would like to know more about you. By the way, you can hop on YouTube if you want to chat to more people. For some reason, we don't get too much interaction on Twitch. But if you want to talk to other people, you can come over to YouTube or just stay there and we can talk to you either way. Yes, it go on.
Yes. And another example, like it's even like the backgrounds are 3D, but like even like in the first image you see the fishes, and even later on you'll see like whales and fishes.
Yeah.
Like all those are 3D. Like they use 3D fishes and whales, and even like the wave simulations, they were done in 3D. Okay, but once you scroll and you see the waves have a very like hand-drawn like 2D look to them. Okay.
Yeah, in this photo it definitely looks like that.
Yeah. Even when they get violent, they have this really rough hand-drawn look. But in the simulations I saw, they were like 3D, and it blew my mind how they could
how they actually managed to do the whole thing.
You can texture it for a 2D look to an extent, but like such irregularities and having that look, I don't know if they like rotored like on top of like the 3D simulation, or they added some special kind of texturing. It just sounds crazy.
So basically it was enough to trick you and you didn't know how they did it.
Yes. But and also like theme wise, right, talking about the story, you see a lot of like I'll talk about Miyazaki for a second and his movies. He like in some of his movies he targets like how mankind is destroying nature and how nature fights back. In a lot of his films you see that, like Mononoke and like Spirited Away and stuff. This film also follows like a similar theme, as you can see, without giving it away. It's about...
Well, since they're called Children of the Sea, I'm assuming there will be that aspect to it, yes.
Yes, and they do it in like a very interesting way. I like other people, like they do it in a way where it's like Miyazaki's concept of, how he shows nature, like getting back at humanity with like the trippiness of like Space Odyssey, like it's like a mashup of those.
My God.
It's like really beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, and it does look really good.
And like technicalities, of course, is Studio 4, so they've done a beautiful job.
Okay, wait, so this picture on the stream right now, are you telling me that the fish are all 3D in this? Also, why does the fish on the left look like Magica? Tell me that's not a Magica right over there.
Look at it, it does. Is Magica based on like a IRL fish, or is this
probably? And we just didn't know. I don't know. Okay, now we're going to seem really dumb if it's like some really obvious shit and we just didn't know it.
There is a picture. Okay,
Yeah.
where they're in this festival. I don't know if I put it here, but they're in this festival, and a lot of festivals they sell those masks, like those Japanese masks.
Yeah. Oh
And
wait, Dead Audi says Magikarp is based on Koi Carp.
oh, it's based on koi catfish. Oh yeah, then that makes sense.
Hey, why don't you come on the podcast and say all this instead of chatting it
I
up?
know, right?
I'm just gonna shit on Audi for this the entire time. Don't worry, guys.
But they had like penguin masks in that festival that looked like plups.
Wow. What?
Yeah, so I don't know if.
Oh my god, who's
Yeah.
this character? Sid, the teeth look just like yours.
Hey, fuck off. No, that's I really like her. She's a cool character. But like, yeah, the character. I really love the character design of this film. I think it's really beautiful and really fits the whole, visual style of the film.
Yeah. Also, Adi says, fun fact: the legend is if a koi carp goes upstream on the Yellow River, it turns into a dragon.
Oh, yeah,
yes, Adi, we all know Chinese mythology. One Piece has a lot of it. Come on.
Yes, Adi, you know that shit.
In fact, I was the one who told you this because I found out when they entered Wano.
Kaido. Yeah.
And Random Otaku says koi fish is tastier than Rui. Man, listen. We're just talking about how they go upstream and live a happy life. Don't kill them off for things. But yeah, go
I
on.
do like Rui more than I do like Rui Mach. Rui Mach is good.
And there you are.
But yeah.
Oh, it becomes Gyarados, yes. Adi, this is something we talked about months ago with One Piece. I think Adi forgot.
I think Adi is in a different.
Random Otaku says there is symbolism for Kaido. Yeah. I mean, well, they have to go up the stream. That itself was symbolism to becoming the dragon. But yeah, sorry, Sid, go on.
No, yeah, basically, it's a beautiful film, like one of the best animated films I saw that year. You should definitely check it out. A lot of beautiful aspects. Maybe after you guys watch it, we can do a full in-depth discussion on it.
Yeah, and you can do a straight ahead with it.
Yes, which I have planned, a lot of scenes.
It is too busy with work.
Styles.
Damn, this one looks... Well, this gives me some Spirited Away Haku becoming a dragon vibes. I don't know.
Which one? Wait, it's a delay for me too.
Oh yeah, now it's there. This one, the one on stream now.
Oh, the veil.
Yeah,
the veil.
Just the style it's been drawn in and them going into the river and shit.
Yeah, dude. I was just like crying because of how beautiful it looks while watching it. I was like, why is it so beautiful?
Well,
I don't like.
You too can do all this, Sid. I believe in you. Do you guys believe in Sid?
No, I am too sucky.
My God. Okay. Any final thoughts before? Yeah.
Like, I have nothing to say about the animation because it's pretty good. But yeah, I think I said pretty much what I had to say. Like even small actions. Like stalling actions. Like characters are like. Everything doesn't have to relate, like be just story plot, right? When you're animating, you show small actions that talk about character's personality, right?
Yeah.
Like the save the cat moment, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like just something the character does along the way to the next plot point that shows more about. So there are lots of things like that. Like she's walking, like her mom like has a drinking problem. Like there are like beer cans scattered on the floor. She's just like on the way out, she picks it up, puts it in the bin, closes the bag, ties up the bag. Like small actions like that are very well done. Even when she's running, her fumbling and changing speeds are going to, like all these small things like really make the character more believable. Which I think like these studios and these animators do like a great fucking job on.
Well, you heard it here, boys. Sid definitely suggests watching this, and Audie and I will also watch it and talk about it. Did Audie already watch it? Subtle transition from a beautiful movie straight into a guy drilling his head. Yeah, thanks, Audie. You're the one who came with the pictures. No, that's not true.
I thought he said he was going to sleep. Why is he?
Yeah, he said he was going to sleep. He lied like crazy. Anyway, we shall ignore Audie now. Audie, look at the photo we have of you. You're just dead over there. Shut up.
Yes.
Okay, so we have Homonculus, which we can go by quickly because let me just say.
It's I'll just introduce it.
Of course.
Psychological horror manga by Hideo Yamamoto. Bro, you can continue.
Oh, wow. That was quite an introduction. Yes. Okay. I'll tell you what it's about. But let me just start off by saying this was too big brain for me. Okay. It was just too big brain for me.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay. Like either it was really, or either okay. So from the reviews I read and from people trying to explain it, I was like, that's obvious. But what else is being said here? And after that, I tried to understand something about it myself. Nothing. I'm like lost, completely lost.
Even I'm confused about a few things that we'll get into. Like you can.
I'm confused about like most of the things.
For the things he sees, I'm confused about what exactly those are.
Yeah. So let me just introduce it real quick. It's about this guy who's basically living like a bum. He's a homeless person. He sleeps in his car. And then one other guy comes up to him and says, I will give you a certain amount of money if you undergo a surgical process for me. And this guy agrees because if you drill the hole, you'll get it. Oh my God. Control NK came back suddenly with this. Yes, that's something I should try. Yes, I should try drilling a hole. But basically, yeah, trepanation. So basically, the surgical process that this guy wants this other guy to go through is drilling a hole into his skull, which apparently releases pressure in the skull and makes your brain more childlike, gives you a sixth sense, gives you abilities far beyond what humans can have because their skulls are closed. Now, I must say, there's literally a panel in the manga where this dude who has a hole in his skull is asking, oh, so it's like you only use 10% of the brain thing. So I must say, I do not endorse this. I do not say you should do this anywhere. Okay? Even if it's actually true, I'm going to call it a stupid thing to do. You're probably going to like...
Fiction.
Huh?
Story fiction. No one is drilling.
No. I don't want this coming back to us being like these idiots told him to drill a hole in his skull.
My God.
Yeah, just putting it out there.
Someone does that dumbass shit, okay? It's not our fault. Let's move on.
Yeah, do not drill holes in your skull.
If you're dumb enough to do it, you deserve it.
Yeah, but basically once he drills a hole in his skull, that he realizes that he can see the manifestations of people themselves. Yeah, he can see their homunculuses. It's like a...
That's what. So there are two things that like kinda. So one is he sees homunculus, which are like images, like personifications of people's mental stress.
Yes.
And the another thing I heard is he sees people's self-image of themselves, like what they really think about themselves. So how does so do you see about yourself is the manifestation of
and then they also say that it's based on what you think and not what they think, if you remember.
So what the guy who's seeing things.
Yeah.
And he tries to get rid of their homunculus because it's a bad
Yeah, so it starts off with him trying to get rid of the homunculus. Then there's some pretty fucked up shit going on. And then he's like, I just want to see it and I want to, I don't know, figure out what's happening to me. And then at some other point, he's like, no, I want to save them. And then he's like, no, I want to save myself. And after a point, I just got very thoroughly confused.
And he can't see himself, right?
So the thing is, he can see himself when goes to the mafia boss who looks like a robot, and then he breaks it down, and there's a child inside. So he gets a robotic arm after that.
Yes, I remember.
So the girl is like sand. She just fits whatever
condition. Died. I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can't hear you at all. I don't know if you're saying things. No, my net seems fine.
My net also seems fine. I don't know what's going on. Okay, sorry about that. It's a little technical issues in the middle of the podcast.
I can hear both of us on the
stream.
Wait, I'll leave and join again.
Sid can hear me on stream, but he can't hear me on Discord for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Till then, Nandemo Theme says no one's going to drill a hole in their skull for a manga. Well, yes, Nandemo Theme, nobody is going to do that, but I don't want to take the risk. Hi, Sid, can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you at all.
Okay, looks like we're going to have a tough time with this.
No clue.
How about now, Sid?
Oh, yes, you're back. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
yes.
I hear your beautiful voice.
Sorry. And Control 9K says he sees his own perception of other people who are also affected by his own mental state, thus reflecting his own mental state in other people's homunculi. Okay, yeah. See, that is very confusing for me because
I didn't understand that sentence.
yeah, that's what even I didn't understand it either. So he sees his own perception of other people who are also affected by his own mental state, thus reflecting his own mental state in other people's homunculi.
Wait, the perception of other people is reflected by his own mental state, and that is reflecting. Fuck, I'm out.
Yeah. So what I understood is when he sees someone, it is a mixture of what he is projecting onto them and what they are feeling. He sees how he perceives other people. But see, the Yakuza boss is how the Yakuza boss thought of himself, not how he sees the Yakuza boss. Nandemo Theme is as confused as us. That's good.
So no, did the boss see himself as the kid, and did he add the robot part?
Probably, like the boss probably didn't see him as anything. He just lived with a guilt all along, and this guy just came and broke down the homunculus itself.
See, again, he sees how he perceives people, right?
Yeah, but it's also how they perceive themselves.
Yeah, but then why do you need to see homunculus for that? Like, can't you just see them normally? And
yeah, but it's like that. Only when they become a homunculus. That is the magic part. He sees the Yakuza boss's thing because he has similar guilt about his skateboarder friend. Yeah, I mean, he has similar guilt, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he sees exactly what it is, right? Without knowing the person, how can he be projecting onto them while also attacking their insecurities? Like, even with the dude who performs the medical surgery, he realizes that he's like trans. I think that's what they imply by the end of it. And also imply that he has a guppy around him, right? The whole helps. Very weird, taken out of context. But yeah, the whole helps. The whole helps in C, but how does the whole know? And this sounds very weird. How does the whole know that it's him versus them sort of thing?
See through one of his eyes, right? Apparently.
Yeah. And okay, I didn't understand if there's a specific reason why he can only use the left eye, but sewing your right eye shut is stupid as shit. I just wanted to say that. Like, he legit sews it shut. You know, he can just continue walking around like this. I think this is much better than...
He doesn't do that in the movie, by the way.
Oh, he doesn't? Holy shit. This one... Yeah. I was just like cursing out reading the page. I was like, what's wrong with you? You literally walked around for days like this. Okay, you know what? You don't want to hold up your hand? Close your eye. There. Is it that difficult? Do you really have to sew it shut? Eye patch.
Pirate patch, you know.
That's what he does later.
Oh, okay.
And this idiot is like, well, I must sew my eye freaking shut.
Yeah. Apparently, the movie is different. You know, like, I can read about it, bro. Like, if you want, you can let me know.
And wait, Control in case the movie has a separate ending too. Then hold on. Let me just quickly. Okay. Is this? Wait, I'll just wait until the stream goes there. But basically, I'm going to show you a photo. You tell me if you remember this towards the end of the movie. Can you see it on screen?
Not yet.
It's him.
No, I've never seen.
Okay, then I'll explain my ending or what I read.
Okay, so apparently.
Control 9K, I see, yeah.
The live action film changes a lot of key points of the story. Okay. The movie alters the theme, reading like the difference from somewhere. Portraying the idea that everything he sees is real. So whatever he does to get rid of their homunculi is justified. Considering some of his questionable actions in the film, this is a little troubling.
Very questionable.
Yes, I'm reading an article by the Looper where they talk about the differences. In the manga, he's self-centered and his sanity is questioned till the end.
Yeah.
Even in the final chapters, unclear whether he sees the things he sees are real or images created in his brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The manga also doesn't include any loss of memory or Naoko dying storyline, as Naoko is alive well throughout the manga until Nakoshi forces her to undergo trepanation.
Yes.
The biggest change from the Homunculus manga to the movie is characterization of Ito. In the end of the film, he goes crazy, drilling a hole in his own head and sewing his right eye shut in an attempt to be like Nakoshi.
Okay.
In the manga, it's actually Nakoshi who loses his mind and stitches his eye shut to always see the homunculi, while Ito goes through their own personal journey of self-discovery and gender identity. I think that's what you were talking about.
Yes. So
for a manga implies that he's actually transgender with a lot of personal trauma stemming from being unable to express themselves in the youth.
Yeah.
And the film completely erases this aspect of the character. Yeah, that's why I didn't know about
it. So the thing is, like, he sees this dude. Ito is the dude who performs the surgery, am I right?
Yes, he's the doctor.
Yeah. And so what's this guy's name? Nakoshi. Oh yeah. So Nakoshi sees Ito and he makes Ito like cross-dress when they are meeting, right? And so I was like, okay, so he has seen something and he sees a guppy fish inside her because she's like shown to be transitioning. So the thing is, like, how does he see that if he's projecting his own shit onto the person? I think this, like, we're going to have a lot of confusion here because you watched the movie and I read the manga.
Yeah, I thought it was actually like this weird surreal, like, like a psychedelic experience, like what you were seeing. Like,
so what I think is that he does see their own problems, but he also does subconsciously project onto them. But if he didn't see them, there should be no way he knew Ito was trans, right?
Yeah,
there should have been no way. Like, wouldn't have been an explanation as to why he managed to get this one person to cross-dress on a date, and then the person actually realizes something about themselves and they go and they actually become, like, they live their true life and so on. So I was very confused at that part because I just didn't understand that part, to be very honest. Also, Nandemo Theme was like, where the hell is the blood, bone injury, and the reaction of pain, and the control and cases, medical advancements? My God. Yeah. Basically, he is taken care of. It's not just a random hole, at least at the start. It's all medically done, proper procedures followed. Everything is like patched, and they put a little bandage on his head so that
little square.
Yeah, they stitch the skin back and put a little square bandage. Yeah, but I'm just so confused with this because
they did change, like, what we know the meaning of homunculus to be, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that they definitely did.
Because it's supposed to be like a human,
yeah,
right? Like, or a creature that resembles a human, like, something like that.
But here it's like a creature that doesn't resemble a human at all.
Or it's like a representation, like, I don't know, some kind of personification of something.
Personification of their stresses and fears is what I thought till the end.
Yeah, because, like, if you see those images, right, like, we have the, like, if you scroll, I have a screenshot, right, of what he sees.
Yeah. One sec. I would just like to quickly talk about one point that Control NK said. Also,
sure.
Nandemo Theme said, I thought that guy just drilled a hole with his own hands alone. Yeah, he used a drill and then he does do it later. It's very fucked up. And Control NK says he sees both. If his own past experiences were different, he might have seen something else instead of a guppy. But he sees the guppy, and because he sees the guppy, that's what convinces Ito that he's actually being serious and that he's not mental and he's not just seeing random hallucinations. That's what convinces Ito that he was actually able to see into people's hearts, see their true form. So that's where my confusion comes in. Because if there had been anything other than a guppy, he wouldn't have been able to prove to Ito that he was actually right, that he was seeing all these things. And from what I read online, people just say it's about what your true self is. But
what your true self is, that's what he sees.
That's the thing. They're just like, it's a quest.
Perceive yourself.
It's a quest for your true self. So the homunculi are what your true self is, and he is looking for his true self, and that's why he just keeps getting the arm and the leg and all that. But it doesn't make sense to me like that.
No, yeah, because, like, also the part that does make sense is, like, how I, like, what my true self is, right, which he can see, whatever homunculus is, right? How I perceive myself. How is that also a result of my mental stress? Like, how are those two things?
I'm assuming more than stress, they're mental, like, trauma, because they always talk about trauma through the manga, at least. They do say stress, but they also say, Nandemo Theme wants to read it. Yeah, read it. It's a pretty good manga. It's very confusing, but it's good.
It's very surreal and trippy.
Yeah, very surreal and trippy.
Yeah, it has a lot of strange.
And Control NK says he saw Guppy because plot. I don't buy the whole plot thing over. That's my point, because it seems like he definitely can, and I feel like I'm missing something greatly from the story. I haven't gone too in depth about it, or I haven't read enough about it for other people's opinions to understand it. Because this seems like some Oh yeah, there is rope and gore. Yes,
also.
Random Otaku, don't read it. I hope you're still here. Don't read it.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I forgot you're a kid. Thanks, Control 9K.
18 and above, please.
Yes.
This is 18 and above show.
18 and above manga mentioned here. Yes.
It's Senien, so it's not shown. So do not.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Control 9K. You saved our asses there.
Yes.
But yeah, again, I feel like there's a bigger explanation which I just missed out completely. I just don't get one part of it. I don't get I don't have that clicking in my head where I was like, it makes sense now. I was just like, the fuck is going on through this shit?
I think we need to watch it high.
My God.
I'm telling you, we'll get it there.
Okay, I'll tell you what makes it weirder. Okay, I'll just.
They'll understand the homunculi because we'll be seeing something else.
Yeah,
too,
we definitely will.
If we are high. Yeah. Anyways.
Control says just try it IRL. It'll click. Hey, if you knew me and my history of problems in my head, and then you also knew the fact that my dad got a power drill recently, you would not say that. Sid is very scared for my life right now. I can say that.
Oh, fuck. Bru's not going to do that.
Yeah, okay. So here's what's confusing, okay? You see this image here. I'm just going to scroll to the last image in our folder here. And he says that's when I met Nanako, you. So the thing is, she's faceless.
Oh, okay.
Mod messaged me on Telegram because I didn't read his comment, which was, yeah, don't, or wrong. Yes, thanks, Mod.
Yes,
you have,
my God, Mod.
You have added a lot. But yeah, so she's faceless, and he basically sees her with different faces depending on what she's saying. Okay, then it turns out she's a mistress to like a lot of high-profile people, and she basically changes face each time she meets a different person, and he can see her face is changing constantly, and he's like, yeah, this woman is always truthful, she never lies.
Yeah.
And then he says, no, you're a liar, your face keeps changing every time you lie. And then she turns it on him and calls him a liar, and then he goes into his past. Sid won't get this part because movie part is different, I think. Yeah, I'm just trying to sum it up in some way to him.
Yeah.
So she basically calls him out, and he used to be this really successful finance guy, and he used to always go out and have sex with women and get all the money and get all the power, but he couldn't do anything with Nanako because she saw through him and she saw through his lies and all that. So I think the whole idea of it was just that, okay, we need to talk about what the real self is. We need to talk about how it's Lisa. Hello, welcome to the stream. Says hi, this scary. And I think they already left. I'm not sure. But if you're still here, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, yeah. She became a liar, fake face for her too, just like him. Yeah, Control 9K said that. So yeah, so she basically becomes the same as him. And then they're talking about what...
she becomes a homunculus.
No, he sees her as a homunculus, and he's also a liar. So basically, they both are very similar in terms of their past, how they lie to other people, and how they used to lie, at least. And in this one scene, this guy is like, okay, now, wait, one sec. Control says here the basic idea is self-reflection and stuff. Yeah, I think I'm missing out on something a little deeper though, because this guy tells the Nanako apparently could draw out homunculi, like see the true self, and she could draw it out. And then she lost the ability once she started lying to everybody and becoming a mistress to all these people, implying that she stole money and she she had them as sugar daddies and all that. So this guy decides to put a hole in her head, and it's implied that he ends up killing her.
Oh, like it. Okay. So
he puts a hole in his own head and survives, a second hole. And then he puts a hole in her head and she dies.
Yes,
that's the problem. The ingress point of the hole was the problem, not the fact that there's a fucking hole.
But yeah.
We also show. I guess I forgot to send you that photo. I thought I did.
Yeah.
So
did.
Basically, he had this one photo where he's shown in the end with like holes all around his head.
What the fuck? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, so he feels like, he stopped seeing the homunculi, and he's like, okay, that's because the hole in my head is blocked now. I need to redo it. So he makes one above. So he has one here, and then he makes one here. And then in the end, you see him with like holes all around, with bandages all around his head. Because he keeps drilling holes to keep seeing the homunculi, and he feels like seeing the homunculi is the only way he can know his true self.
Nightmare for people who have trypophobia.
Yeah. Control NK says at that point he sees himself in everyone. Yeah, but that's where my confusion stems, because he sees himself in everyone, but he also clearly sees themselves in them. So I can't even understand what I'm saying anymore. I'm so confused.
Basically, our IQ is too low for
our IQ is way too low. He sees other people's fears and problems, but he also sees his own. And then he goes batshit crazy and drills holes, and he basically is about to die at the end of the manga, is what I think is true. Now his own issues are gone, and also actual hallucination. Okay, see, that makes a lot more sense if his issues are gone and he's just hallucinating and he like kills Nanako by mistake. Or are you saying he's hallucinating after Nanako's death? Because that's additional trauma. I think if you drilled a hole into a person's head and they died in your arms, I think that would be pretty traumatic.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, Sid, he looks like you in this photo.
What the fuck?
Look at that. Holy shit. Already Control NK already cracked that joke like twice, okay? And Control NK says after Nanako's hit, but he didn't realize it. Yeah, but doesn't that mean he'll have more issues after that point? Because he drilled a hole into Nanako's head, who he thought was the most truthful person he's ever met, and turned out to be like this completely different person from what he had in his head. Also, Sid, really, he does look like you.
I see.
He left thinking she slept because of blood loss. Yeah, he does kill her though. But okay, if she slept because of blood loss and then literally never contacted him ever, or he tried to find her and couldn't find her, I think that'd be a pretty telltale sign that she's freaking dead. Random Otaku is back. Yeah. Random Otaku, maybe you shouldn't be watching this. Oh, it's Lisa says the lady with no face is so scary. This terrifying story. How did he get the first hole into his head? Oh wait, you don't have to worry about that. The first one was all medical procedure. It was done very carefully. It was done, I think.
Yes.
Yes, it was a proper. There was anesthesia, and then there was like nice stitches, and then making sure the wound didn't get infected.
Insurance. It was all fine.
Yeah, and then the second time he just takes the drill and he goes straight into his head, and he somehow doesn't die. But then he tries it with his ex-girlfriend and she dies. And well, it helps him see a lot of these things. Like even this photo, where before she's faceless, he can see different people he knows on her face. It keeps changing as he talks about people. He did take anesthesia every time. Yeah, but he did. The second time his wound became septic. He got infected and he was going to die. He got a fever and shit.
You can still, like, it doesn't hurt, but you can feel things.
Yeah, they don't talk about that.
Feeling of like drilling, it's so fucked.
Yeah, they talk about how you'll feel really weird, but it won't hurt, at least for now.
I get freaked out when I feel like the dentist drilling into my teeth. I have fucked the head. That's too much.
Yeah. Okay, there's a dude who's like botting us on Twitter. Twitter or Twitch, sorry.
Twitch, okay.
Anyway.
Mod, do your job.
He got infected during rope. Yeah, okay. The rope scene was terrible. I felt so uncomfortable just reading it. It was, and that too in front of her house, and her mother comes in and almost catches her. Like, holy shit. That scene was absolutely fucked.
Yeah, that was fucked, yes.
I don't even want to talk about. Yeah, for a movie that has so much fucked shit, that was the most fucked thing I saw.
Yes, for sure.
Especially since they go looking for them, knowing they're underage. Random Otaku, no, don't read this. Why don't you read Sid first, a manga?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
You read Yu Yu Hakusho. Yes, exactly. Amazing.
Legendary manga.
It's Lisa says he's insane. Yeah, he is insane. He thinks he's doing something right because he can see the homunculus of people, and it ends up being that he's crazy. So he's just crazy. That's probably the lesson we learn at the end of this.
Yes.
And Control and says read Kochikame. And Armand says read Detective Conan.
Yes, you can read this. You can read.
Read Naruto. If I don't be a kid. I prefer watching. I will watch Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, you can watch Yu Yu Hakusho. It's really fun. Yes.
Yeah, but okay, that's it. That my final thoughts are: we both are too dumb for this shit. We obviously can't understand something. Big brain is this.
All you read is skill was so fucking confusing.
Yeah, that's true.
What the fuck am I reading? Yeah.
You know what? All you need is skill is like easy compared to this one. At least there they gave you some answers. Here I'm just like, is it him? Is it them? Is it her? Yeah. Is it someone else? I just so.
Yeah, you can understand the time, the concept of time fuckery more than
that's
true. Yeah.
God freaking damn it. But yeah, it was still fun to read. Like once Random Otaku comes of age and he's like an adult, he can read it.
And his drawing is pretty good. Like,
his drawing is pretty good. The homunculi are very interesting.
Boy is talented. Yeah, for sure.
This feels like some... Is this the first manga? No. Is it the first one that he's done?
Not sure. I don't know a lot about this guy except
Homonculus. Okay, I'm just going to refresh your video real quick because it became garbled. Hideo Yamamoto. Yes. Very talented, but very, very messed up story at the same time.
But yes, Hideo Yamamoto. Oh, okay. He's known for dark shit. Okay, yes. I knew this. I don't know why I forgot. He made Ichi the Killer, which the director Takeshi Miike made into a film in 2001. Ichi the Killer is fucking crazy. That's a fuck film. It's like one of those really crazy, violent, fuck Japanese films, but it's really cool because Takeshi Miike made it.
Yeah.
But yes, he has a history of doing fucked shit. If it's Ichi the Killer, then yeah, for sure. That's expected.
Oh, my God. Okay. But that's it. My throat is like dead right now because I've talked so much in 1.5 hours.
Wikipedia says recurring themes in his manga are crime, sexual deviations, and the human mind. That describes Homunculus 3 words.
My God, yes, that definitely does. Except it became like next level. That there's some pieces of media that you just can't understand because the person who wrote it kept it like open as fuck. Like, you can never be able to figure it out because somebody has a different explanation. I feel like Homunculus is like that.
Because a lot of people think it's like this, like, like cult art, like classic kind of thing. And some people are like, what the fuck? And some people are like, this doesn't make any sense. It's disgusting.
No, the thing is, I'm sure it makes sense and I'm just missing it. That's what I'm so sure of.
There must be some like Clockwork Orange-ish point to it, right?
Yeah. And we just missed it. Also, it just struck me that Itza Lisa had to specify the lady with no face is scary because they said, hi, this scary first. And I'm pretty sure that they thought we were talking about Audi. Audi is pretty scary today, yes, I must say.
Audi is pretty scary, yes.
Random Otako says, I prefer watching Unrefined gore. My parents don't mind me watching gore or violence, just sexuality. I see. And Control NK says, not a lot of gore in this. The story is too philosophical as well, which might be too heavy.
It is probably too philosophical for us too.
What?
It is probably too philosophical for us too.
Yeah. Like, Control NK was probably like expecting more discourse about this, and we are just here like, hey, we too dumb for this shit.
There's a book, right? 1,001 billion. I forgot the name. I thought of that. Remember where it's like, everyone's perception of you is different. Like you see yourself as something else, and like I see you as something else.
And a random person on the street sees you as something else. Yes.
Like first I thought I was referencing that book and talking about it, but then it like flew past.
Yeah, it flew way past it. Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
I was like, what the fuck?
Also, Itza says yes. The dead guy is scary too. Yeah, don't worry. He's just dead for this week. He'll be back next week, and he'll probably be worse when he's there IRL. It might just. His face might just be worse without the crosses and the tongue. Also, can we take out just a second, since we're winding down anyway, can we take out just a second to appreciate the detail on the tongue that Sid has done for this picture?
No, I just did in 5 minutes.
Like-
Okay, it's not that detailed.
Like you guys, does anyone remember what I did last time when Sid wasn't there? I just drew an X on the photo. Sid actually drew little X's on his eyes, put a garland for him in typical Indian fashion, and then
Very Indian.
put a nice little, very detailed tongue on him to make it better.
I cropped the garland around his name.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is crazy the amount of effort Sid puts into the most random things.
Yeah.
But yes,
To put this much into my own work.
yes, thank you, Sid, for the beautiful image which will be saved forever in Weeb101's history.
Yes.
It's Lisa said, Kappa
My
Ross
God.
and Shady Lulu. I'm not good with Twitch emotes, I must say. But
I
yeah,
have no clue.
thank you for
Nandemo
joining us. Oh, what the
read
fuck?
What he said.
What?
He went into existential crisis apparently.
I fell into depression yesterday for thinking too hard about if heaven or hell exists and how do the universe come to existing. You know what, Random? That sounds like something we can talk about in our Discord. That'll be pretty cool. You can
Yeah.
message us there. We all can have some fun little interpretations of our own.
We all went through this stage too, you know.
Yeah. Audi and our mod are going through it right now with the questioning their lives.
So yeah.
So
Thought
yeah,
we can talk about it also. Let's see.
yeah, Weeb101 Adda existence is pain.
Why do we exist?
Why do we exist? But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. We shall be back
is-
on when?
On next Monday.
No, aren't we doing
On
Sunday? Yeah,
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday.
we shall be back in 3 days around the same time to talk about random stuff where we'll be chilling and interacting more with chat. So, it's Lisa followed us. Thank you. Welcome to the
Thank you.
channel. You can join our Discord too if you want to talk to anyone else, by the way. And here she says, see you next time. Yes, see you next time too. Glad you could join us. You still didn't tell us where you're from. Yeah, that's it for this episode. We shall be back on Sunday, and we shall be talking about random stuff at that time. So see you later, guys. Thank you all for joining us. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. I'm Audi. Bye. Hey, it's me, Audi. Hey.